Hey guys, Houndoomed here, coming at you once again with another episode of Pokémon Emerald. On the last episode, we took down the Moorville City Gym and its leader, Watson, and earned ourselves the Dynamo Badge. On this episode, we're going to be heading north up to, I don't know what route it is quite frankly, Route 113? Route 112? I don't know. First of all though, off screen I did go and catch myself a Marill just because I don't have anything to use Rock Smash. So yeah, just going to teach it Rock Smash so that I can progress through the game. Let's get rid of Tail Whip. So yeah, going to be catching ourselves a new Pokemon in this episode. And just a quick warning, this episode is probably going to be super long because, although you probably already know that because you're looking at the screen. But this episode is probably going to be super long just simply because I have a ton of reviews to shove in this episode. I don't care. I know I wanted a double battle, quite frankly. I have 9 Pokemon to squeeze into this episode. I also have to go to Slateport very quickly. I may even save the last 3 reviews for the next episode. I don't know. We'll have to see how it splits. Silverwind, Roselia, Bullet Seed, Sandshrew. So yeah, be warned about that, but I'll try and make this as entertaining as I can. But we will be catching a new Pokemon in this episode, so hopefully that'll make it a little easier to watch. And as I gave you my clue last time, it is going to be a fighting type, so you probably already know what Pokemon it is if you played Emerald or actually the 3rd gen enough, you should know. So those two have a Roselia and a Sandshrew, nothing too special there. Let's move on. Anything down here? Nope. Okay, so let's have another double battle, why not? Hello. Did you come from Moorville? Then you should be full of energy. What, because of Watson? When you're as famished as I am, there is no room for pity. Well, you could always just go eat something, you know. There's a city to your south, like 5 steps away. So what do you have? A Shroomish and a Numel. Okay. Numel's a new one on our list. Fire ground type. Do watch out for it. Let's Silverwind the Shroomish and then Bullet Seed the Numel. Very slow though. Very slow. But is the other viable fire type that I mentioned at the beginning of the game. Along with Torchic. And it's catchable in this episode actually. On the next route. So that'll be fun. How dare you tackle my bars? How dare you? Anyway, so let's go for... I'm just going to go for Scratch because there's not much point there for a bug move against it. Wow, nice one. Okay. Ooh la la, that's a lot to take. Giggly. Oh, I missed the item. An elixir. Cool. This is a new area in Emerald. This is Trainer Hill. Not going to enter it now, but I think you can enter the bulk of it once you've completed the game. But anyway, here is the Windstraight house. Hello, I take it you're a traveller. How's this? What do you say to taking on our family of 4 in a series of Pokemon battles? Sure, why not? That's the spirit. I like you. I like you too, I guess. So, you've got 4 continuous battles here, so be careful. This is not a great Pokemon to see, first of all. Stupid Tailo. Wow. Bars, you're so strong. Although there is a 9 level difference. Get that speed boost. Let's go for another Scratch. A Zigzagoon. And another speed boost. That's going to be such a useless ability because Buzz is so fast as it is. Whatever. It's a good ability to have anyway. I should get myself Baton Pass. And then... Actually, I think that's an egg move, so that kind of sucks. Doesn't matter, I mean, I don't really need it. Hi-ya! You're a lot tougher than I expected. Yeah, well, don't judge a book by its cover. Hey all, I found a pretty strong trainer. Oh my goodness, aren't you young? You must be quite the big trainer to beat my husband though. It's my turn to battle now. So creepy how those Pokefans, yeah, women Pokefans have like red eyes. They're like red, totally red eyes. It's so creepy. How many Pokemon do you have? Is it 3 or 4? Or 2? Whatever, let's just go for Silverwind. Right. I forgot to mention this the other day when I did part 16, not 16, what am I talking about? Part 10, when I did the Battle Tent episode, and I forgot to mention that I think I've already mentioned this in my Black 2 episode, LP, sorry, but I am actually going to be having a different team for when I take on the Battle Frontier. There's 3 Pokemon, so let's go for Swords Dance, why not? And let's build up some Fury Cutters. Whoa, that's not a good move to see. Hopefully this thing doesn't have huge power. Judging by that damage, I would expect it doesn't. Let's go for Fury Cutter. Alright, well we can take that comfortably, and let's move on. So yeah, I managed to decide my Battle Frontier team using Pokemon that, well, 2 of them are native to Hoenn and the other one isn't. Basically just going to trade it from my Fire Red. But yeah, hopefully it'll work out well. I've tested it on a different like pack that I have, and it's a really good team. But one of the Pokemon is actually a Bug Flying type. So I'll be having 2 Bug Flying types, which is strange because I usually don't even... This is like the first Bug Flying type I've ever used in an LP before. Well, not an LP, just a playthrough in general. I don't really ever use Bug types. The only 2 I've ever used are Scyther and Terracross. Well, and Sizzle. So we've made her cry now. How dare you make my granddaughter cry? For that I'm going to smack you. Prepare to lose. Whoa. Put your money where your mouth is, thanks. Alright, so what do you have? A Meditite. Well, I don't think that's going to be standing up very well to my my B here, so let's go for Silver... let's not go for Silverwind. Let's go for Silverwind again. Come on. There we go. Right. Qua, you are strong. My granddaughter was right. That's true. If you're not if you're not in any hurry, visit with us a while. Okay, fine. If you speak to the mother, you can get yourself a macho race. If that's something you desire, it's good for EV training. But it does temporarily half your speed while you have it equipped. Only while it's equipped, though. So you can find Geodude in these rocks here. If you get kinda lucky. Anyway, hello. If you don't raise your Pokemon some more, it could be tough to keep winning up through the ranks. I've heard the Pokemon League's Elite Four are far stronger than any gym leader. That's true. Right, so we have a double battle here. I really don't like this battle, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh! We just spotted a tough looking trainer, here of all places. Okay, roll camera, let's get this interview. These 2 will battle you in 3 different places around the Hoenn region, and their levels will get gradually higher. They use a Magnemite and a Whismur. They will also then ask you for a thing. What am I thinking of? A thing. An interview afterwards, sorry. Which you can decline, which is what I'm going to do, because quite frankly I can't be bothered. But anyway. I really need my fighting type. This is getting beyond a joke. I cannot deal with any steel type whatsoever. And twice, of course. Of course it only hits twice. Of course. Right, let's go for Scratch on the Whismur and then Bullet Seed the Magnemite. Right. I'm not going to do any off-screen training for my next Pokemon. I'm just going to put on the experience share and then just leave it until it gets strong enough to fight. Right, so that stupid Magnemite's down. My eyes didn't lie. I did discover an astonishing trainer. Awesome! Awesome! Who are you? I knew we were onto something wild when we spotted you. Oh, please let me explain. We travel around everywhere interviewing all sorts of trainers. So, would you give us a bit of your time for an interview? No. Oh, okay, but don't give up. We'll be keeping an eye out for you. Please don't. Right, so let's keep Buzz up front since he's still the lowest level member of our team. I don't know where you're going, but would you like to battle? Sure, why not? Why not? Right, Irene, what do you have? A Shroomish, that's fine. I can build up my Fury Cutter against you, because I don't know what your last Pokemon is. To do Mega Drain, could not give a damn about that, 'cause it's going to do nothing. Shroomish has no special attack, and Buzz is 4 times resistant to it. It's good to have something that's 4 times resistant to Grass, because it's such a common type. Even though Buzz is like so weak defensively, it doesn't matter. I love you, Buzz. It's fine. You'll be good. I know you will. I just don't like other people's. Okay, well that's an upside. I just don't like other people's Ninjasks. Stupid Baton Pass, Protect, Substitute. Ugh. So frustrating. One of the most frustrating movesets I've ever had to deal with. The only other moveset, like this is competitive play, but the only other moveset where I've actually almost killed myself is 4th Gen Breloom. It's seriously, Substitute, Poison Heal, plus Spore, plus Focus Punch. It's so frustrating, I can't even get it. Oh, and Leech Seed. Yeah, that's the worst set I've ever had to deal with in my life. I hate it so much. Anyway, I'm full of pep, and my Pokemon are peppy too. Is peppy too, sorry. Okay, well I know what you have, Mr. Sandshrew. Should have switched really, but it doesn't matter. Let's go for Fury Cutter. Wow, that really didn't do anything. Right, let's try again. How I hate how little PP thing he has. Silverwind. I can't wait until I get Aerial Ace. I get Dig relatively soon, but Aerial Ace is the one move I need, because that can then I can have consistent damage all the time, and I can just use Silverwind for anything else. Right, so this is the entrance to Route 111, and you can just see the Mirage Tower there, but you can't go here until after you've defeated the 5th gym. It's 5th? 4th? 5th? 4th, sorry. 4th. Now there is 1/2 if you're playing Ruby and Sapphire new Pokemon you can find on this route, but both of them are found in the Fiery Path, which is like 10 steps northwest, so I'm just going to cover them all there. You're going to have a lot to skip if you don't like my reviews though, because there are 6 new Pokemon in there. Oh god, right. Hello, hello. I'm strong. I won't cry if I lose. Oh really? Well, we'll have to see about that, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to make you cry. Oh my god, a Nuzleaf. Yeah, I'm bound to make you cry. Oh, I love having a bug type for this. Damn. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, Buzz. Go level 27. Well deserved. Wah! Told you. Told you you'd cry. Told you. Hello. When you're out on a picnic, why, you simply have to sing. Come on, sing with me. Do I have to? Yeah. Anyway. Carol here has a Tailo, level 17. Let's go for Scratch. Buzz is so strong! Even though he's not actually that strong. He's not the best Pokemon in the world, because frankly his attack stat is not that great, but doesn't matter. He's still good, Buzz. Another thing that's weak to Bug, woohoo. Bug is actually a surprisingly good type offensively, it's just it never gets used before 4th gen, just because it's like it's such a terrible type. Like it has like the only Pokemon that is really worth any merit as a bug type is Heracross, and that's simply because it actually has a usable bug type move. Although I guess some Pokemon like with Hidden Power Bug work quite well. There are some Pokemon like Armaldo that do well, like Hidden Power Bug and then Rock Slide and stuff. My legs are solid from pumping up and down the mountains. They're not going to buckle easily, friend. Oh, you have a Geodude, don't you? Ugh. Sorry, Buzz, I'm probably just going to let you faint here because I can't be bothered to switch. Although actually, well, let's see. Let's see how far we can get. Mud Sport. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go for another one. Defense Curl. I wonder if that's going to let you live. I don't think so. If it does, that's frustrating. Oh, critical hit. Okay, fine, good. You have to, right, okay, so technically I should be able to sweep now. Without taking any damage and having a 4 times weakness to rock. You fail, sir. You fail. Well, I say that and then I'm going to miss and then I'm going to get hit with rollout or something. Let's have a look. Let's see. Are we going to miss? No, we're not. Woohoo. Bye, Geodude. Go, Buzz. Ouch. My legs cramped up. So they didn't buckle, but they cramped. Fail. Yeah, you get your own bandages. I'm just going to switch Buzz out just because there's obvious Pokemon are coming. Machops and Geodudes. Ha ha ha! How about we have a battle? You and me. I'm terrible at doing laughs like that. I can't just laugh off the wall. Doesn't work. Oh, a Numble. Okay, fine. So, well, to be honest, this wouldn't have been much better if I'd been with Buzz. So, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, come on, grow to level 29 already. Come on! I need Leaf Blade, this is taking the mick. And then I finally have a decent grass type attack. That's actually usable. And I won't have to look at 69 anymore. That's another upside. One more Pokemon. It's a Machop. Why can't you have a Geodude? I can take that out so easily. But fine, hello Machop. Woohoo, you actually killed it in one shot technically. But you actually hit more than twice. Oh, thank God! Level 29 and we're learning Leaf Blade, woohoo! 15 PP, high critical hit ratio, 70 power, lovely! Get rid of the stupid Bullet Seed right now. Do not need it, ever. Ever! At last. I lost! You did. I'm glad you're happy about it. What's this commotion? Hey man, is our leader really going to awaken that thing? Sounds like it, yeah, but I heard we need a meteorite to do it. Oh, I get it now. That's why the rest of the crew went out to Far Arbor. You got it, and until they come back, we're not to let anyone pass, right? Well, can't go through there, so here's the fiery pass. So, path, sorry. I get confused between the jagged pass and the fiery path. They annoy me. In fact, I've already done the reviews for this place, and I did actually already screw up one of the place names in the found at section. So here's one of the new Pokemon, Numble. I'm gonna look, because my next new Pokemon is in here, in case you didn't already guess, and it's a fighting type, and there's only one fighting type in here, so, and we've just seen it, so you should know what it is. So yeah, whatever. I'm going to look for it off screen while I do the Pokemon reviews, unless this is it. It is not, it is a Torkoal. So while I go find it, I might do it in battle, or I might just find one. In fact, I'll just find one. That'll be easier. And then I'll catch it, and then once I've found the one that I need, well, not need, but one that's got a decent nature and stuff, I will begin recording again once I get here. Actually, on second thoughts, I've just had a brainwave. I need to go back to Slateport for something in just a second, so I'm going to try and see if I've got a repel of some sort. Do I? I do, good. Right, so I'm just going to head out of here just before I do the Pokemon reviews, and I'm going to try and skip the battles that are just ahead, and I want to go and find this guy, because there's this one guy that you can talk to, and he will give you a TM, but it will also unlock something in Slateport, and I'm bound to have to fight these two. Or at least one of them, anyway. Damn. Whatever, I'll fight one of them, but I want to get this, because then I'm gonna have to go back to Moorville anyway, so I may as well head back to Slateport and just do it there. I'll let you know now. You get the TM for secret power, which can be used to make a secret base. But you remember back in Slateport where there was that guy who said, or it might have been a girl, I don't remember, if you find one of our team members, we unlock a certain, like, loads of different, we open up a new store for your secret base. Well, once you've unlocked that, there is another shop will open up where you can buy the TMs for secret power and hidden power, like, as often as you want. And I need hidden power. I need to put hidden power on 2 of my Pokemon. I might even put it on my 3rd one. Not Buzz, but the new Pokemon I'm getting. Maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get that TM off that guy, head back to Slateport. I'm going to go back to the Fiery Path, catch the Pokemon I want, hopefully. We'll have to see. And then, once I've done all that, I will then put hidden powers on my Pokemon, find out what all of their types are, and then we'll move on. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just head out of here quickly. Now there is another guy here actually. This is so frustrating. Why are there so many trainers? So what I'll do is, once I've spoken to the guy, gotcha. Once I've spoken to this guy, this is the guy. What's that? What am I doing? I'm thinking about making my own room here with using a Pokemon move. I know. I'll give you this TM. Will you use it to make your own room? No, but I'll definitely take it. This is the TM for secret power, 70 power normal type move, but has different effects depending on where you're fighting. But he talks about secret bases. So, now that I've done that, I'm going to be doing a ton of things off screen. So essentially, I'll list off what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the recording here, and I'm going to do the Pokemon reviews. I'm going to head back to Fiery Path, find a I just said it. Screw it. A Machop. I'm finding a Machop. That's my next Pokemon. I'm going to find it, hopefully get the one that I want, and then I'm going to head down to Slateport. I'm going to buy hidden powers. I'm going to test them on all my Pokemon, and the ones that I don't like, I'll just get rid of. I'm hoping for a good one on Alakazam. That's the crucial one. And then I will head back to the Fiery Path, and then we'll do those battles that I just missed. So I will see you in a long while, but cue Pokemon reviews right now. So I'll see you in a sec, guys. One of the new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Numel. Numel is a fire ground type and can have the ability Oblivious. Can be found on Route 112, Fiery Path and the Jagged Pass in all 3 games. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's a pretty decent mixed attacker, having good mixed attacking stats. However, it is pretty slow and its defences are not that great. At level 33 it will evolve into Camerupt, which, when it does so, its ability will change into Magma Armor instead of Oblivious. When looking at Camerupt's stats, it basically looks pretty much the same as Numel, just much higher, having very good mixed attacking stats, relatively low defences and even lower speed. At the beginning of the game I mentioned that there was only 2 really viable fire types in the entire game. Blaziken was one of them, and this is the other one. Camerupt is the only other really decent fire type in this game, mainly because of its great attacking stats. It can go mixed very easily. Its type coverage just by its stabs alone is almost flawless. It can learn Rock Slide through level up, which is a great move to have for it. If you can get Hidden Power Electric or Grass, that would be amazing, because then it can cover its one glaring weakness. Because of Camerupt came into Pokemon at a really bad time, because it is really good in this gen. However, you'll be fine until kind of just after the 6th badge, which is when the game gets flooded, no pun intended, with water types. And Camerupt will really struggle. It will not be able to do very well, and the fact that it's got no speed at all even like further compounds this. So unless you can get Hidden Power Grass or Electric, Camerupt isn't as good as you'd want it to be, just because it struggles so much against water types, and it really needs some team help to be able to get round them. However, its typing is pretty good defensively, I must say, even though it has relatively low defenses. Other than its water weakness, it only has a weakness to ground, which is, you know, pretty good. So yeah, I mean, Camerupt is a great Pokemon, I personally think, and definitely deserves a spot on your team if you didn't pick Blaziken and you want a fire type. This is basically the only other viable one in the game, to be honest with you. So yeah, Camerupt is a good Pokemon, has great type coverage, and is well worth a spot on your team. I would give Camerupt about 4 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Torkoal. Torkoal is a fire type and can have the ability White Smoke. Can be found in the Fiery Path in all 3 games, as well as in Emerald it can be found in the Magma Hideout. Doesn't evolve, but when you look at its stats you can see that it's okay through mixed attacking. Has a monstrous physical defense stat, and on the special side it's very weak defensively, and also has no speed. It is like as slow as you can get. When considering Torkoal, you really have to compare it with Camerupt for a spot on your team. Camerupt is much more offensive and can learn much better moves, whereas Torkoal is slightly more defensive, especially on the physical side, obviously. I mentioned that Camerupt is basically one of the only other viable fire types in the game other than Blaziken. Torkoal is okay. It's the only fire type where it's okay. It could actually do something, because it's so good defensively and has good mixed attacking stats. So even if you were to use a hidden power and you weren't, obviously you don't know what type you're going to get, and if you get something good, then regardless of what type it is, it can work well off its stats. It also learns moves such as Body Slam and Sludge Bomb and Iron Tail to give it a little more type coverage, especially against rock types for the Iron Tail. But yeah, I mean, it's not an amazing Pokemon, but it can work, I would say that. As a fire type, it's kind of drew the short straw because its stats, its attacking stats are just not as high as Blaziken's and Camerupt's. But yeah, it's okay. I would give it about 2.5 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Machop. Machop is a fighting type and can have the ability Guts. Can be found in Ruby and Sapphire in Fiery Path, Jagged Path, as well as Route 112. And in Emerald it can be found in the same, but not on Route 112. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's got a very, very high physical attack stat for a totally unevolved Pokemon. It's also pretty good on the physically defensive side. I mean, it's not amazing, but for an offensive Pokemon it's not bad. However, its special stats and speed are pretty low. At level 28 will evolve into Machoke. And when looking at that guy's stats, you can see that it's got a very good physical attack stat. Its defenses are coming along. You can see that its HP is really good, and the rest of its defenses are getting there. They're not amazing, but they're getting there. Its special attack is dismally low, but it doesn't really need it. And its speed isn't that much better. It's still very slow. But to evolve into a Machamp, you're going to have to use a link trade. So if you don't have access to a link cable, or you're not playing on an emulator with cheats, then you're going to have to keep it as a Machoke. If you can't evolve it into a Machamp, Machoke is really it would really have to compete with Blaziken as a fighting type user, because Blaziken is much better. And yeah, Machoke also has to compete with Pokemon such as Hariyama. But anyway, Machoke is okay. If you do manage to evolve it into a Machamp, its stats become very impressive. Its physical attack stat is huge, one of the highest in the game, and its defenses are really good too. It is a really bulky Pokemon with only 2 weaknesses, which is awesome. Its special attack stat, while not incredible, is certainly usable with 1 move. It can use Fire Blast, oddly, and it can use that move if you wish to. I mean, obviously, if you want to have a firefighting type, then you obviously must be going for Blaziken. But Machamp can use that if you're struggling to put something in its final move slot or something. It is also pretty slow, but it's not as slow as you might think, and its defenses really take it a long way. So yeah, Machamp is a fantastic Pokemon, one of the best fighting types in the game. I would say only slightly trails behind Blaziken and completely outclasses Hariyama, and gets a great moveset as well. Machamp is a fantastic Pokemon and gets 4.5 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Grimer. Grimer is a poison type and can have the ability Stench or Sticky Hold. Can only be found in the Fiery Path in all 3 games, but is very rare in Ruby and Emerald, only found 2% of the time. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's pretty damn good. It has a great physical attack stat with great HP as well, and its defenses are not that low, so it can certainly utilise, you know, being a bulky attacker quite well, especially since its speed is very low. But unfortunately it takes an age for it to evolve and doesn't evolve until level 38, but at which point it will evolve into Muck. And when looking at his stats, you can see that it's got 3 very good stats, 1 that's okay, and then 2 which are not so good. Its physical attack, HP and special defense are very good, and its physical attack will take it a long way with its poison type moves such as Sludge Bomb. It does well defensively, can work well as a very bulky attacker, especially on the special side, but not so much on the physical, and is kinda slow. Unfortunately, Muck is not very good because, first of all, it takes an age to evolve, and also if you wish to have a pure poison type, Weezing is better, who you also get here. As well as that, there are also poison types in this game which outclass it generally, such as Vileplume and Seviper really later on. Even though Seviper is has low defenses, it has a ton of different attacking moves and has great mixed attacking stats, so it outclasses it. But yeah, Muck is not a great Pokemon. It's okay, but it's not that great. It also doesn't have very many attacking options, just because frankly, it learns like loads of different types of special moves, but it can't use them very well. So, yeah, Muck struggles. I would only be able to give it about 2 stars. Another new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Coughing. Coughing is a poison type and can have the ability Levitate. Can only be found in the Fiery Path, but is very rare in Sapphire, only found 2% of the time. When looking at Coughing's stats, you can see that it's got pretty good mixed attacking stat, as well as a mammoth physical defense stat for such an unevolved Pokemon. Has low HP though, and is not good on the special defensive side, and is also pretty damn slow. At level 35 it will evolve into Weezing, at which point its physical defense stat will become even higher, becoming base 120, which is huge. It also still has very good mixed attacking stats. Is very weak on the special side though, so unfortunately that psychic weakness is a big problem for it because it can't take psychic type attacks at all. But luckily that Levitate negates its ground weakness, so it only actually has 1 weakness. It's also not that slow. It's slow, but it's not that slow. It's kind of on the middle line. It could do with being a bit faster, but it's good enough. I mean, as a bulky Pokemon goes, it's pretty fast, really. But yeah, Weezing is a great Pokemon and is the best pure poison type in this game, simply because it has great mixed attacking stats. It has the moves. He has the move pool to utilise those, learning moves such as Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb obviously, and different moves like that. It can also learn Explosion if you wish to go out with a bang and do a ton of damage on the way. But yeah, Weezing is a great Pokemon. I wouldn't say it's the best because being a poison type is usually a curse offensively, just because poison has just terrible type coverage. But yeah, I mean, Weezing is a great Pokemon and works very well as a bulky attacker. I would give it around about 4 stars. The final new Pokemon you can find in the Fiery Path is Slugma. Slugma is a fire type and can have the ability Magma Armor or Flame Body. Can only be found in the Fiery Path in Ruby and Sapphire, but can also be found on Route 113 in Emerald. And when looking at its stats, you can see that it's got one pretty good stat, one very low stat, and 4 meh stats. Its HP attack, physical defense, and special defense are very low. They're pretty low, to be honest. Its special attack is pretty good though, and its speed is dismal. Slugma is meh, really. It's just a meh Pokemon. At level 38, it will evolve into Magcargo, which is a massively long time to wait. But at which point it will gain a Rock subtype, which is a bit of a curse, to be honest with you. When looking at Magcargo's stats, you can see that it's got very odd stats. It has a fantastic physical defense stat, a decent enough special attack stat and special defense stat, is dismally slow still, slow as a slug, and has a terrible physical attack stat and a terrible HP stat. Magcargo is one of the worst Pokemon in this game, simply. To work as a bulky attacker, you need to have at least some HP. It has the same HP stat as Deoxys Defense, and Deoxys Defense has mammoth defensive stats, as opposed to Magcargo, who has the same HP and takes hits like it's supposed to take hits, but it just does not. As well as that, it's also weak to a billion types, has a quad weakness to both water and ground, which is a terrible type weakness to have. Water especially in this gen. Yeah, Magcargo has terrible type coverage. It learns some good moves, but it can't utilise them because of its dismal attacking stats. It's so slow, it can't take hits at all. The only use that Magcargo has is because it has both of the abilities which speed up egg hatching, it can be useful. But that is the only thing it can be useful for. Magcargo is a terrible Pokemon, and if you're looking for a fire type, Numel, Torchic, Torkoal are all better Pokemon. They're just so much better. And if you're looking for a rock type, Geodude, Rhyhorn later on, there's so many Pokemon that outclass this thing. It is just not very good at all. 1.5 stars tops. Alright, so I'm back after that long journey. I went and picked up a load of Hidden Power TMs, and I've taught them to every single one of my Pokemon, although I regret teaching it to Buzz, because I haven't fully tested it, but I think it's something special. So I've gotten relatively lucky, actually. Grovyle not so much. He has Hidden Power Dragon. I'm pretty sure it's Dragon anyway. And I replaced it with not Hidden Power Bug, Fury Cutter. So I tested it and it appears to be Dragon, which is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. Buzz I haven't fully tested, but I'm pretty sure it's something special. Oh my god, I got so lucky with Alakazam. I got Hidden Power Fire, thank god. Which is so lucky. I got so lucky with that. I also got very lucky with my Machop, which I named Atlas. Just because it's a very strong sounding name. It's got Guts, which is obvious. It's got Hardy Nature, which is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Pretty good stats. Karate Chop, which is okay for now. It's also got Low Kick if I need it. And it got Hidden Power Ghost. That's so amazing. I couldn't have asked for 2 better Hidden Powers. The only one I could have hoped for would have been at least one of my Pokemon to have Ice. But I will have an Ice type later on, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, so Hidden Power Ghost, that's amazing. Hidden Power Fire, that's even better. I couldn't have asked for a better type. Hidden Power something special, I don't think I'm going to have to replace that soon. It will be replaced soon anyway. And then Groval's got Dragon, which is fine. It's got decent enough type coverage, so whatever. So anyway, let's put that experience share on thingy, Atlas. And I'm also going to be teaching some moves to him as well. 2 moves actually in my repertoire. So let's give him the experience share, and we're also going to give him the bulk up TM, which is another setup move. As if like 3 of my Pokemon are actually going to have setup moves. Buzz, Ellie, and Atlas here. So I'm going to get rid of Leah since I don't really need it. Because bulk up is awesome. Fantastic for such a bulky Pokemon. I'm also going to teach it Rock Tomb because that's a fairly logical move to teach it, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of Low Kick because Karate Chop is generally better. Rock Tomb is not the best Rock type move. In fact, it's actually fairly awful. But frankly, it offers very good type coverage with fighting type moves. So that's what I've got it for. So let's put Bulk up there, and yeah, so that's a pretty good moveset. Fighting, Ghost, Rock. That's actually flawless coverage, even in Ghost and Fighting. So yeah, sorry about the billion reviews. Got some more coming, to be honest. Oh, look, another Machop. Who do I have up front? I have Razor. I need to change that. Right. So, to be honest, I should actually put Atlas up front now. Just because I think he's relatively fine by himself, you know. The levels aren't that difficult here. He's got very good moveset. We'll have a look. I don't remember what level the trainers Pokemon are around here. I haven't fully tested Machop's hidden power actually, and I haven't fully tested Ellie's either, but I'm pretty sure they're both Fire and Ghost, respectively. I will find a... Oh, actually, let's test this now. I'm pretty sure it's Fire. Yeah, it's Fire. So that's awesome. And why is Ellie up front? I don't even know. And then I'll find a Spinder in the next route. That's where I'll test. Machops. So let's attempt to put Machop up front for now. Let's see, because there is a rest house really nearby. So if he faints, then I can just, you know, fix that. But anyway, there are some Rawst berries here, and as well as that, I think those are Pecha berries. Pecha? They look like Pecha berries. Yep, Pecha berries. So 4 Pecha berries, 4 Rawst berries. Take them if you wish. So good to finally have a fighting type Pokemon. Also something to do with ghost types, because I don't really have anything to do with ghost types apart from Razor's Pursuit. Look over here. I caught hot Pokemon in Fiery Path. Take a look. Maybe I will. So it's going to be either a Numel, a Torkoal, or a Slugma, isn't it? A Numel. Okay. Alright, come on then, Atlas. Let's see what you can do. Let's start with a Bulk Up. Why not? Tackle. Well, that didn't do anything. Let's go for a Karate Chop. Wow, that did a decent amount. Alright, so let's put me back down to regular attack stat. Whatever. Numel's down. Very nice. Up to level 17 already. And a Slugma. I'm glad there's no Torkoal, or else I'd have to switch. Alright, so let's go for a Karate Chop. Damn you. And another. Nice amounts of experience. What a bumpy ride that was. For you, maybe. Alright. Hello there. Face me. Show me how much you've toughened up your Pokemon. But you didn't even say up. I don't know where I got that from. But anyway. Cool Trainer, Ace Trainer, whatever. Wilton here has an Electrike. He has 3 Pokemon, so let's go for... Oh, actually, that's fine. That gives me guts. That's fine. Just bulking me up even more, to be honest. Right, so let's go for a Karate Chop. How? Okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. You should be taken out in one shot, to be honest. Yep. No way are you standing up to that. And go to level 18. Yep, you can certainly hold down your own, Atlas. Alright, so we have a Whelmer here. This shouldn't be living either. Why are you going for Splash? What is the point? Wow, a critical hit as well. Nice amount of experience. And a Makuhita. I have the better fighting type. Just saying. Oh, it must be using Vital Throw. There's no way I'd outspeed that thing. Angro level 19. Trying to learn Seismic Toss. No thanks. I've decided that my primary fighting type move is going to be Revenge. It's not the best move, but quite frankly, Atlas is slow enough as it is. And there aren't really any other fighting type moves it can learn besides Submission, and Submission is unbelievably inaccurate. It does recoil damage, and the only other move that I would really consider is Vital Throw, but Vital Throw has like, it makes you go last no matter what. And considering, anyway, there is a rest house here, and you want to say no. You don't want to just mash the A button, or else you'll keep resting. Don't want to do that. And what was I going to say? Yeah, Vital Throw is not as good as a Revenge, because Revenge means you could possibly get some extra damage out of your hit. Like it would end up being like 180 power rather than 105. Possibly, anyway. I don't know if Revenge. I don't know if Stab affects it after doubling or before doubling. I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, I'm going to settle with Revenge because Machamp's slow anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, hello, hello. Oh, your Pokemon look like serious actors. I have to ask you for an engagement. Right. Okay, well, that's fine by me, I guess. Brook, with your Wingull. Well, I have something to do with this thing. Let's go for a bulk up just to kick it off. Supersonic. How frustrating. I learned something really weird the other day. Well, actually, it wasn't learned, but I just forgot about it. But Wingull and Pelipper can both learn Shockwave. Isn't that really weird? I shouldn't have used that twice. Isn't that really weird? Why would Wingull and Pelipper, who are both 4 times weak to electric moves, be able to use one themselves? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go for Rock Tomb. Wow, you really do not want to get confused, do you? Bye, Wingull. No way you're living a +2 Rock Tomb there. What now? What now? What now? A Numel. You're going to see plenty of these things throughout the game. They're a very popular Pokemon with Hoenn folk. Let's go for a Karate Chop. Snapping out of confusion, that's a bonus. I've never used a Machamp in 3rd Gen before, so it will be an adventure. Roselia. Alright, well let's go for Hidden Power. Now I've used a Machamp in Heart Gold before, but I've never used it in anything else. So this will be an adventure. I think I just said that. Wow! Living a +2 Hidden Power. And I think this Hidden Power is relatively strong. I don't think it's like amazingly strong, but I think it's kinda strong. Let's go for another one, since it's 100% accurate. Now I get the crit. Yeah, lovely. Up to level 20, woohoo! They didn't just look strong, they are strong! Damn straight. I wish I could become friends with more strong people like you. Well, you're friends with me now, so it's fine. Alright, so now we're on Route 113. There is a very, very, very popular Pokemon on this route. I think I'm going to leave the Pokemon reviews until the end of this episode for this route, because quite frankly I want to split them up a little bit, especially after the 6 you just had to endure. So, yeah. If I find a Spinder, I'm going to attack it with Hidden Power and see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure it's Ghost. Pretty sure. It is, it's Ghost. Alright, cool. That's good. Gives me flawless type coverage. Let's get away from this thing now. So that is one of the new Pokemon you can find on this route, Spinder. Not a very good one at all, but it's there regardless. But there is one very good Pokemon on this route. I'll use the Super Potion. If you're playing Ruby and Sapphire, there's also a very good Pokemon here. Hello, hello. Can you guess why it's so cool around here? There's ash falling everywhere. I guess that would make it a little colder. Oh, a Trapinch. There's a new Pokemon. Ground type Pokemon. Evolves into everyone's favourite 3rd gen dragon. Fuck Salamence. Everyone loves Flygon. I do prefer Flygon to Salamence, it has to be said. But unfortunately I'm not using a Flygon. I've used it once in an Emerald playthrough and I wanted to kill myself because it is the most frustrating Pokemon to level up ever. Ever. Like, first of all, it's one of the I think it is the slowest Pokemon as of this gen, and as well as that, while it's powerful, it is just disgraceful once it evolves. Seriously, it's so bad. Vibrava is awful, and yeah, it's just annoying. I feel like there should be an item here. I'm gonna fight that guy. Whoops. You want to battle with me? Even though I just caught my Pokemon? Yes. Yes, I damn do. Damn well do, sorry. Wyatt. Oh, an Aron. I can deal with this thing now. Go, Atlas. Let's do this. Get that karate chop out. Wow. 4 times super effective as well. And another Aron. Okay. Good job I didn't use bulk up then. Fairly useless move to use in this situation. I'm faster and I'm 4 times super effective against a Pokemon that just can't take my hits. And got a level 21, woohoo! So screw the experience share, you're doing well. Anyway, it's fine. I still am feeling slightly over leveled. And by slightly I mean a lot. Like a lot. I'm really over leveled at this point. Having 2 Pokemon at level 29 at this point is far too high. Far too high. I'm just past the 3rd gym. Oh dear. Anyway. Why is your name Lung? That's a really weird name. Oh, I don't like that coughing. Well, let's go for Hidden Power on the coughing and Silver Wind Baltoy. Guess really I could test out that hidden power of buzzes on coughing. It might turn out to be psychic. And a Sandshrew. Oh, okay, fine. Whatever. No, Atlas. Wow, Atlas didn't take that, but Buzz did. That's surprising. Alright, Buzz, well, you get all the experience there. Well, let's go into Razor. Utilise our new Leaf Blade. Or not. A Ninjask. Fun. Alright, so we're going to be using Hidden Power, probably. And then let's go for the other Hidden Power, whatever. I don't know what type it is. Oh. Well, that's either electric or fire, I think. It's not rock, because otherwise it would have KO'd. I'm going to have to look that up now. I don't even remember what it's weak to. Bug flying. Oh, or ice. It could have been ice. I think that's all bug flying is weak to. Rock, ice, fire, electric. Sorry, just... It could be flying, but it would have done more. Yeah, so fire, electric, ice. Those are some great types, but not for a Pokemon who's a physical attacker. Anyway. Hello, Slugma. I don't need you. You're awful. Actually, I'm going to head back to that rest house because I want Atlas at full health. And I need to buy some repels. Bad. This is frustrating, having to run into Pokemon every 5 seconds. Right. Come on. Right, back onto Route 111. Whoops, wrong way, wrong way. Oh, actually, I just forgot there is a trainer that I've just missed. I have just missed. Right, so heal, but don't heal again. So just press B. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, I'm not being shy. I've already rested here. You watching me while I sleep or something? So if you have the muck bike, you can, if you're able enough, you can get up there. And you'll find this guy kind of just walking into a wall over and over again. Let's have Atlas up front, that's fine. Hello, hello. To train myself, I challenge all whom I stumbled all over that. Whatever, you saw what it said. So Daisuke, or Daisuke, or whatever, I don't know. Sorry if that's your name, I just murdered it. Has a Machop, level 19. Let's go for Karate Chop. What was I going to say? This does lead to the desert, but there isn't much point going there because you still can't get through. Oh, you have just a Machop. Uncle, I give up! Lightweight. How can you give up? That's just one fight. You have one Pokemon. These little indents, here is another place where you can make a secret base. You can make them in those little indents, and you can make them in those big trees that you see down there. And they all have slightly different structures depending on where you make them, like different routes, different areas, kind of indents in the cave wall, different trees. And there is another type of area where you can put a secret base, but I cannot think of it off the top of my head. So yeah, I don't remember. So there are quite a few hidden items around here. One of them is actually a TM. Which you wouldn't have been able to find otherwise. It's not very good TM, but it's there anyway. Regardless, hello, hello. I use this parasol to ward off the filthy, yucky volcanic ash from my dear Nummel. Just a minute, your Nummel will turn into a volcano. Well, not as such, but it will sort of turn into a volcano. It could probably produce ash itself. So, you know, I'm sure it's fine. Ember. Oh, please burn me. Damn. That'd been awesome, just to be burned. Burning or regular poison is so awesome for a Pokemon who has thingy. What was I going to say? Guts. So I don't need Foresight, even though it'd be kind of helpful for Hidden Power Ghost, but quite frankly any Pokemon that isn't affected by Hidden Power Ghost is affected by Karate Chop, so it's fine. Alright, so we're going to go get this item and then we'll go in that double battle. Yeah, I don't need you, Slugma. Okay, so there's a Max Ether right there. Who do I have second? Is it Razor still? I can't... Why can I not go up? There we go. No, it's Buzz. Okay, that's fine. Hello, hello. Both of us, we collect ashes. We battle Pokemon too. Well, good. Battle me. What do you have? Spinder and Spinder. Okay, how imaginative. I honestly thought that those two had the same spot combination then. I was like, hang on, what? They've broken the system. That's like a 1 in 4 billion chance of that happening, I think. Something like that. Buzz and Atlas, you work so well together. Alright, so it works quite well at the moment because now I have 2 physical attackers and 2 special attackers. My final Pokemon, since I'm only going to be using 5 Pokemon in this LP, is going to be a special attacker, but it is going to have some physical moves as well. Actually, Wraith is going to have a few special moves as well. Physical moves, sorry. Now this guy, if you he'll give you a soot sack, and you can go around and you can get yourself some ash by walking around in the grass. Of course, if it all goes, then you need to reset it. So just exit the route or go in this house and then re-enter. And once you've collected enough, he can make some certain items for you. He can make some flutes, one of which heals confusion, one of which heals Infatuation, and I think one heals Sleep. I'm not sure, I think. And then as well as that, he can also make some furniture for your secret base, which is kind of nice. Right, so I know what this guy has. Ellie's coming up front. Well, it's almost certain that he's got some sort of poison type. From out the ashes I leap. Hiya! I challenge thee. Well, good. Lau here has a coughing. That was the Pokemon I was afraid of seeing. So good job I put Ellie up front. And let's go for Psybeam. I wonder what level Ellie learns Psychic. I think it's 39. I don't remember actually. Oh, you've still got the experience share, haven't you? Damn. I need to fix that because you don't need it at all. Let's go for another Psybeam. And what else do you have? Another coughing. How imaginative. Go for another Psybeam. Yeah, coughing is not a nice Pokemon to deal with at the moment for me. That is a Pokemon that I really need to find a way around, because Ellie is my only Pokemon to deal with that. My last Pokemon could probably deal with them, but yeah. Ya! Witness the ancient ninja technique of Pokénav registration. Ancient, huh? I'm pretty sure the Pokénav has only just been released. Now, if you want a certain TM that isn't very good, and I've just stupidly run into a Pokemon, there is a... you saw that little patch of sand? Not sand, ash, sorry. It's like the pile of ash, and in there is your TM, and it's TM 32 for Double Team. I almost said 13 because I keep getting them confused. 13 is Protect. Actually, no it isn't. What is it? I don't even know. 17 is Protect, isn't it? I'm going to have to look that up. Let's put Atlas back up front. Oh, let's take off that experience share. Let's see if we have anything else to give you. I don't know if I have. I don't know what I have, quite frankly. Quick Claw, that could be kind of useful. Macho Brace, that could be kind of cool. Let's just give you the Quick Claw. Since you're relatively slow anyway. And it's not like any of my other Pokemon need it. They're crazy fast. The volcano's eruption is proof that the Earth is alive. Well, I guess it is. Hello, Dylan. What do you have? An Aron. Okay, well, that's fine. I can deal with that easy peasy. Get out there, Atlas, and karate chop the hell out of that thing. Alright, so I did put this in an annotation on my last video, but for anybody who's watching this at the time of upload, tomorrow, Wednesday, I've actually fixed my Black 2 problem. Just quickly though, there is a hidden item here. Well, it's not hidden, but it's hidden from eye. There's a Hyper Potion hidden right here. You might not see it, it's very difficult to see. There's a double battle here. I'm just going to do this in a double battle, if I can get them in the right place. Oh, I didn't. Well, whatever. It gives Atlas more XP anyway. Yeah, I think I managed to sort of fix my Black 2 problem with the lag, because I did my the gym episode, part 18, and it seems to be fine. I haven't got any issues with it whatsoever. There is one other episode I may consider re-recording. I'm not sure yet. It's the one, I think it's the Route 6 episode. Unfortunately, I did something really stupid. I didn't double check what Pokemon, like when my Ignite evolved, because I remember that I was going through the gym on the first time. Earthquake? Damn it. I went through the gym my first time and I got to level 30 and I accidentally pressed B and it stopped evolving. But I'm pretty sure I re-leveled it to level 31 and it evolved. But apparently I didn't, because when I rechecked and I looked through the one of my future episodes, I actually noticed that it evolved. But the problem is, in my re-recording, I did evolve it. So essentially what you're going to be seeing, unless I re-record that episode, is it evolving twice, which is a little frustrating. I could cut that out, but the levels are really inconsistent anyway, so I don't know, maybe I will re-record the next couple of episodes. It may be easier to do that just simply because it just looks really odd because it's really inconsistent all the time. But anyway, so this guy here has a Skarmory, one of the new Pokemon you can find on this route. Everyone's favourite physically defensive wall. But these things give a ton of experience. They're very difficult to take down unless you use fire or electric type moves. But he does also have a Swellow, so be very careful with this guy. He has two very tough Pokemon. The Swellow is illegal. How is that happening? I think it's illegal. I don't remember exactly what level what Tailo evolves. Exactly what level Tailo evolves, I think I should have said. I presume I'm not faster than... Yeah, I'm not faster. This is going to hurt. Ouch. Well done for hanging on though, Atlas. Glad I used Karate Chop. Alright, and another ton of experience, wow. What? Anyway, so here we are in Far Arbor Town, at last. We'll deal with everything, including that woman who's standing by the PC, on the next episode. And I've just realised just how long this episode has taken. Just with footage it's 50 minutes. Plus the Pokemon reviews, God knows how long those took. And I've still got 3 more to add on to the end of this. I'm sorry. I didn't really want to make an episode this long, but the problem was that I felt like it was kind of odd to like chop it in half, because the Route 113 episode, if I'd just done it standalone, would have looked really odd because it would have been so short. But anyway, whatever. So, sorry for the incredibly long episode, but on the next episode we will be exploring Far Arbor Town as well as the Battle Tent, which you can see right there. As well as also a nice feature that they added into Emerald. I think it was in Ruby and Sapphire as well, actually. But yeah, it's a really nice feature, so we'll cover that on the next episode. So just at the tail end of this, I will add on the Pokemon reviews for Sandshrew, which is only in Ruby and Sapphire on Route 113, as well as Spinder and Skarmory, which are both on this route that we just passed. So, until the next time, I will see you then, guys, and cue the Pokemon reviews. One of the new Pokemon you can find on Route 113 is Spinder. Spinder is a normal type and can have the ability Own Tempo. Can only be found on Route 113 and does not evolve. When looking at its stats, you can see that they're all balanced, but they are not very good, any of them. Defensively it's rubbish, offensively it's rubbish, and it's not even that fast. Spinder has a very good move pool, being a normal type, but it doesn't mean you can utilise it very well. It has terrible stats all over. It has not a particularly great ability. The only merits it really does have is the fact that it can use Teeter Dance, which is a relatively signature move in this game. The only other interesting thing about it is that it can have 4 million possibilities for the spots on its head, but that's pretty much the only decent thing about it. Spinder is a terrible Pokemon and should not be considered on any serious team. 1 star. Another new Pokemon you can find on Route 113, only if you're playing Ruby and Sapphire, is Sandshrew. Sandshrew is a ground type and can have the ability Sand Veil. It can be found on routes 111 and 113 in Ruby and Sapphire, but in Emerald it can only be found on routes 111 and the Mirage Tower. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's got a very typical build for a rock ground type, very similar to Geodude, having very good physical defense, good physical attack, and also pretty good HP, but its special stats are dismally low and its speed isn't much better. At level 22 it will evolve into Sand Slash, at which point its physical defense and physical attack will become a lot higher, becoming very presentable. Its HP is okay, not that great. Its special stats are still very low, and its speed is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. It's actually relatively fast for a Pokemon with that kind of build. When considering Sand Slash, you have to consider some various things. First of all, you have to compare it to Geodude and Rhyhorn, which you get later on. Mainly because Sandslash has a very similar stat build to both of those Pokemon, albeit that Golem and Rhydon have higher attack and physical defense. But Sandslash also does not have the 4 times weakness to water and grass, it only has 2 times. But it loses out on a stab attack, and is also much faster than both of them. So you have to really consider that. It has to compete with those two for a spot on your team as a ground type, just simply because of those reasons. But it's a pretty good Pokemon. I would say that it's not the best, but it can do well. I would personally give it around about 3 stars. The final new Pokemon you can find on Route 113 is everyone's favourite physically defensive wall, Skarmory, one half of the Skarmobliss combination. Skarmory is a steel flying type and can have the ability Keen Eye or Sturdy. Can only be found on Route 113, doesn't evolve though. When looking at its stats, you can see that it's got a very impressive physical defense stat, and a pretty good physical attack stat, sorry. It's also decently fast and has a decent special defense stat, but its HP is relatively low and its special attack is not usable. When considering Skarmory, it's got a relatively decent combination of stab attacks. Steel and flying is not amazing as it doesn't cover steel types, but it does relatively well. It learns Steel Wing and Fly, which are both good moves. If you can get a physical hidden power, that would be awesome for it as well. Skarmory is an amazing Pokemon defensively because its 2 weaknesses are both special, meaning that it can fully utilise its physical defense stat, meaning that it can stand up to any physical attack with no problems. It can just brush it off without any problems whatsoever. Skarmory is a great Pokemon. You do want to try and keep it away from fire and electric types, particularly electric types, because fire types aren't so abundant in this game, but electric types are. So yeah, I would keep them away from Pokemon such as Manectric and Electrode, which you're going to see plenty of in this game. So yeah, I would be careful with those, but everything else, Skarmory is a fantastic Pokemon and can easily be considered for a flying type spot on your team. Being a steel type also means it will have a ton of resistances. It's also just an amazing Pokemon. It really is a fantastic Pokemon to add to your team and can work well on pretty much any team. I would say that it's a very good Pokemon and I would give it 4 stars.